Good morning. Welcome to part 2 of this message. I hope it blesses you. Watch until the end.
And we see that when Isaac was 37 years old, his mother Sarah transitions to go and be with the Lord. And Abraham then realizes that not that he didn't know, but I guess he got an urgency in his spirit to make sure that his son is married and not to just anybody, because the sensitivity of who he was. The way that Abraham went about securing or getting a wife for his son, his involvement, his approach and his strategy and how tactical he was about it, just tells us that he understood the sensitivity of the identity of Isaac. He understood the purpose and the mission that was upon Isaac's life. Therefore, who we get married to is so important because it needs to align. And he looks at his surroundings in that moment and he realizes that none of these people who are at our disposal at the moment matches the purpose and the mission that is upon my son's life. He then uses his contacts at home. You can sit and think, but I mean at 37 or 38 or 39 or 40, because at this point Isaac was 40 years old. It was 3 years later after Sarah had passed. And you can sit and think, Isaac, didn't he identify beautiful women in his surroundings? Weren't there beautiful women where they were? Of course they were. But when coming to selecting a partner, a life partner, we look beyond beauty. It's not just beauty that qualifies one to be one's wife. It's not just being handsome. It's not just the external factors. We have to look at the alignment of purpose. One of the things that Abraham shows us that it was important to him was an alignment of belief. It had to be someone who knows and understands their ways. It had to be someone who will be able to catch the vision and the mission that's on Isaac's life, who will not cause him to deviate, because the promise that was upon Abraham, he could not be able to fulfill by himself. It was a promise that was generational, and therefore whoever comes into the family, whoever forms part of that generation, then needed to be a certain person on the inside. So the foundation had to be such that it can be able to carry whatever it is on both sides. Then Isaac also had to be in a position where he can be able to love and honor this person and pour into this person even more about who he is. We see that Isaac we don't hear anywhere that he tampered with any of the women around or that he was interested in any of them. Here is, I off-ramped a little bit since it's a love story and it's so important for us to know what to look for when choosing a life partner. It's not so much about nationality as they are portraying it here. It may sound as if it was about nation because they were in a foreign land. They were in a land that God had told Abraham to leave his entire familiar place and his relatives and his family. They are in a foreign land and they are in a place where people don't do things the way that they do them. And the most important thing was the God factor, the God element. Are they people who know and serve God? At that point, Abraham was not looking for someone that they can bring in and start teaching the ways of God to. He was looking for someone who already knows and has the foundation of God.
Thank you so much for watching. There's still more to the story. Come back tomorrow for part 3.